A mass cyber attack has hit several Ukrainian government websites. This as the United States warns the same thing could happen here, with the very real possibility that our banks and power plants could actually be targeted. Meantime, 150,000 Russian troops stand at the ready. They're surrounding Ukraine on three sides. And some Russian troops and tanks have reportedly already moved into eastern Ukraine, with the country set to declare a nationwide state of emergency. Ukraine's Ministry of Foreign Affairs warning, quote, "We are currently in the middle of the largest security crisis in Europe since the Second World War." Pete, you did a brilliant breakdown this morning on Fox and Friends of where we stand. I want to get an update from you because now, we're learning that blood supplies have been transferred, medical equipment Putin has transferred. Now this large-scale cyber attack, which many believe would be a predecessor action to an actual invasion. Where do we stand? What do the signs point to?
Signs point to invasion. It doesn't take a military strategist to look at all the chess pieces that Vladimir Putin has on the table, 150,000 of them. Now, cyber attacks. You have Russian tanks that have moved into sovereign Ukrainian soil, which may be controlled by so-called Russian separatists. That red portion of the map you see in the bottom right-hand corner, controlled by Russia, but still recognized as Ukraine. The question is, does he move into that orange portion? And how much further beyond that? Because you see those red dots. Belarus controlled is a client state of the Soviet Union. There are field hospitals being set up on sort of the northeast part of Ukraine. He could come through those separatist controlled areas or up through Crimea, the port of Odessa, which is in the bottom left-hand corner of Ukraine there. Very valuable to the Russians if they want to offload for a larger invasion. All the signs are there, from the troops on the ground to the positioning that they need, to the rhetoric of Vladimir Putin, and frankly, to the failure of American leadership. What we said from the beginning was our goal was deterrence. This is not what deterrence looked like. Those purple hooks and those green hooks that we're seeing, all the options he has, and the recognition of what his intentions are, says war is afoot. It doesn't mean, clearly, we're not going to be involved to begin with, but Ukraine is on that footing, readying its citizens, mobilizing its reservists, allowing anyone to carry a weapon. This is likely going to happen in the next 24 hours. The question is how far and how fast.
Well, it's ominous. And what I want to get to is what you mentioned there, which is the failure of American leadership. I mean, I was stunned yesterday to watch the president, and he was supposed to come out at 2 p.m. Eastern time. He moves it up to 1 p.m. Eastern time. He ends up coming out later than the original time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. And I know that may just seem like scheduling, but I think it speaks to a real feeling, Michelle, of leading from behind. We have this image, we'll put it up, President Biden turning his back to the American people, turning his back to the world, walking off, taking no questions, announcing weak sanctions. After Germany announced their action, after the EU announced their action, he's leading from behind, Michelle. This is woefully insufficient.